kind of wish the title of the episode wasn't a dig at me. We could have gone to Lloyd. That would have been like our usual tradition.
You were given fair opportunity to make a headline suggestion.
You're too busy looking at the moon.
Several good recommendations.
Yeah. Hold on a second. Steve.
Mike, you missed the super moon. It was last night.
Did you see the moon tonight?
You're a day late.
The moon is not a big deal in Maryland, I'll tell you that.
Well, welcome back.
Just so you know, doesn't have good moonshine.
Pete and I were talking on my drive home, and he was getting very upset that I would only talk about the Pennywise inflatable across the street from him and the supermoon. It was beautiful.
How's it going?
Steve really liked it. Oh, it's good to be back, gang. Hey, did anyone look? Have you guys looked at the standings?
You see anything weird?
Dude, it feels like everybody's so concentrated on total points for and total points against. It's like it feels the closest it's ever been 5 weeks in.
Vouch for that. I think it is.
Just take a look quickly. I can see DeVito's eyeballs moving.
Where's Christian when you need this right now? Christian is big on these things.
We're not going to get any introduction. Nothing.
Well, I don't know. I was just jumping into it.
He just dives right in. He's too.
Here's Pete.
This whole moon
Here's
thing.
Steve. Here's Case. My man, number one. Pete, what's up?
The whole script.
Oh wait. Did you guys email me back on the script? By the way,
I did.
I refused to because I figured you would. If I told you I did, you wouldn't have read it anyways.
I said 0.
I actually really liked mine, Mike.
So, I echo Pete's comments.
Hey, I texted Lloyd Sunday night.
What'd you say to him?
Great to have you back.
Way to jinx him. Oh,
do we have good weekends? Everybody have a good weekend?
I wrote Dan a message yesterday at 8:11 in the morning. Hi, Dan. Just reaching out to let you know that I care about you more than just another fancy football manager. Keep your chin up. There are better days ahead. If you want to talk trades, let me know. Love, peace.
He doesn't want to talk to you. Did he reply to you?
He said, brutal loss.
It was.
Does anyone touch base with him to make sure he's okay?
We've been texting all day today.
Oh, well, that's
yeah,
nice.
but you have face. Is it a face with him though? That's what Pete wants to know. You have eyes on him.
No.
How do you feel about his start? What do you think? Or like, is there salvaging it or no?
The league is very close. Like you can get to not. He has to.
Can I ask you a question, Mike?
What?
You're all blurred and like it looks like you have like this shadow over your head of just like a closet.
No, I've closed. My wife.
I know that, but normally it's like right to your head. Yours is like.
Let me explain to you.
Why do you got a shower curtain laying around?
That's over here. Hold on a second.
Mike's blurred background does not find where his head starts. If there's it's like a halo.
So see, I've had illusions that I'm like, I want to put a home gym back here. It's like a dead space. There's nothing there. And I don't think it would even be hard to do it, but there's nowhere to work out in my house. Like everything's in my office. And I'm like, and she's like, I can't, I have too many things down there. And I was like, what do you have that you can't move? And she's like, well, I'm selling all these clothes. And I was like, you could put those anywhere. The reason she won't do it is because there's a rack of old clothes that she's selling online. And every now and again, she's like, oh, sold a shirt. I'm like, what? This is insanity. It's for like $3. I'm like, just give the shirts away. Bananas, dude.
Mike, are you going for like various kinds of treadmills? Are you talking about like weights?
All of it. I want all of it. I'm back into weights a little bit. I'm trying to just get back into a better rhythm. I have nowhere to work out because I'm down here all day long.
Would that be the first weights you've lifted?
No, in a while, but no, not ever.
I heard when you work out outside, Mike, with the moon shining, it actually gives you a little bit more energy.
So to be fair, the moon was so low tonight, it actually was a little darker because it was being hidden by the trees.
There's that crown above his head.
I don't know how to change it. I don't know what I'm going to do, Steve.
That's okay.
How did you get that to blur? Mine's not blurring.
Well, that's because I'm better at technology than you.
Except not. I mean, just
what else?
help us find out.
We should have jumped right into it, Pete. I was
trying to get us to not go an hour and a half tonight, so I tried to get back into the skinny, and you guys made me pull back out.
Oh yeah, you were doing a great job. You're talking about the moon.
You brought up the moon.
I want to watch Survivor.
That was me. I was the moon guy.
We could do a whole Survivor podcast. I haven't talked to you about it yet, Pete. Give me your interest. High, low, medium.
Did you watch it tonight?
No.
Tonight changes a lot, so I'm not saying anything.
Hey, great news.
You an Amazing Race guy? Oh, dude, you should watch Amazing Race. It's Big Brother only.
Yeah, not into it.
Do you know Jazz?
Yeah, I don't like traveling.
I love Amazing Race, but it's too many Big Brothers. I don't care about Big Brother people. If we did Survivor on the Fantasy League, who do you think would win?
At the current rate, I don't think Dan would.
No, not that type of Survivor. Pete gets my question.
I know what you're saying.
I don't know.
Come on, who do you think?
Probably Spates. He was a Boy Scout. I bet he could make
I
five.
think it's Andy. I think Andy wins. I think Andy wins.
Cub Scouts, pack 43.
He's gonna. You know how weird Andy would be at those challenges. He'd like be all.
It's all like lawn games.
It's all stupid lawn games and puzzles, and then you have to be not completely likable, but not completely unlikable. Like Case is going out early. Everyone's gonna be like, "Get this guy out of here." Like,
Is this the show where I get one of those like life-saving medallions if I win an event?
yeah, I mean, you don't call it a life-saving medallion, but yes, you get a life-saving medallion.
Is that a York peppermint patty?
I would just get a bunch of
right
those.
there? We have eyes.
Dan, floor's yours. Take it away.
Planned or reactionary guest?
Take it away.
I don't have much to say, you know.
Defend yourself.
Well, did you see the moon tonight?
It was bigger last night and the night before.
Told you it was a supermoon.
Harvest moon, Steve.
Supermoon, Dan.
Harvest super.
Dan, I'm gonna bring you in. I'll ask you a couple more pointed questions to spur this. I think people want to hear from you. I think everyone's happy to see you. I'm very happy to see you personally.
I'm just glad to be able to defend myself finally.
I mean, you really don't have anything to defend, but let me just. There's no way 5 weeks ago you would have thought I'm going to be 0-5. Just admit that at least like this was never in the cone of expectations.
No, definitely not. But I don't think it's fair to say it was all managerial. Like my guys just haven't shown up.
What's been the biggest disappointment?
Brian Thomas Jr., who was I have it down here. He was the number 6 best player last year. You know, hasn't broken 15 points this year. The Falcons don't want to throw the ball. London's done nothing. Jamar Chase lost his quarterback. He's done, he's had a 40-point game and then, nothing, the rest. Like it's just been terrible for the team.
Dan, question from the audience here. I received a text message from Jeff Innes. He asks, I really want to know if he regrets if the Bo Nix F quarterback philosophy from the offseason.
Yeah, I do actually. My biggest regret, honestly, Pete, is I didn't make the trade with you in the preseason.
Which one?
For Dak. I had
do it later.
No, honestly, like I had some, I didn't know how Dak was going to come back from the injury. I couldn't get a deal done with Innes for Burrow. Thank God I didn't. But I wanted another stack, and Dak would have made the most sense, but I didn't know how he was going to be. I know he was great before he got hurt, but had I made that trade with you before the draft and the preseason, I probably have all my fab money still there. It would have made sense for both of us. And, looking back on it, Dak's been pretty good this year, and that's probably my biggest regret, honestly.
Honest,
I probably wouldn't be over right now.
I am so touched. I want to write that up and put it in a testimonial for trading with me. I should have done this. It would have helped me so much more if I did it. I'm sorry.
Well, you don't know how he's going to come back, and he's the Dak who he's been, but this is right around the time where he gets hurt too. So,
I can be everybody's Woo Sox. Just wait for me. I'll have him rostered. If you ever want him, just come and trade with me.
Be everybody's what?
Woo Sox.
Woo Sox.
AAA affiliate. I could just be sitting down. Steve thinks it's hilarious.
And Pete, honestly, I think the deal made sense because Walker was so frustrating for me because with the way my lineup was, although now it's a little bit different. But since I traded him, he hasn't been an absolute stud either. But he was a starter on your team at the time, so it made sense for the two of us, I thought.
It does, man.
Tell us about Fields.
What happened?
Fields?
Yeah, why such a high bid?
60.
Well, like I was saying to you, Pete, when he was starting for the Steelers, he was carrying your team that year. Like he was scoring 40, 50 points. Like, some weeks, like when he was starting, the first 5 weeks, he was one of the best fantasy quarterbacks in the league. And I was banking on him, doing that going forward. He still scored like 30 points. He got hurt. Second week, didn't do much, got hurt. Last week, scored 30 again. He's not a terrible quarterback. And I was, I needed a backup to Nick's because he's inconsistent. I thought he was going to be a lot better than he is, and he's let me down. But that's how it goes. But
Dan did bring that up to me. He's like, "Well, I remember that time period where Fields carried your fantasy team," and honestly, I don't even really remember it. I was like, wow. but it happened there for a period. So yeah, he was hot. So that was the justification I heard too.
And I only beat out the next bidder on Booty by $2. So the guy who just chimed in on the chat shouldn't go hide because he was bidding pretty high for him too.
Yeah, so you both end up being wrong on that one.
There's a lot of season left, Case.
Steve, you were going to ask a question. I can tell by your face. Do you have a question for Dan?
No
question. Dan, you're 0-5. Give us like are you going to make the playoffs? Like you out of 10. 10 being definitely, 1 being definitely not. How are you feeling?
4 maybe. I mean, there's still a lot of season left, but I have Rice coming back. I need Lamb to get healthy. Lamb's got a 0 for me 1 week. I was banking on the stack. I like that stack. I was banking on that stack. Dak's been pretty good, provided he stays healthy. And I was also looking at too with Dak, like before the season, he was playing like 5 of the top defenses, maybe not now the way they perform, but he had a tough schedule out of the gate too. So that's why I was a little bit apprehensive too about going after him in the preseason. But I mean, again, I don't like the way the Falcons have been run their offense. They've been run first, not pass, and Penix is terrible. Jamar Chase, inconsistent. Brian Thomas, again, there's another guy who scored a lot of his points who's been great this so far, but Mac Jones was throwing to him, Trevor Lawrence, he's terrible. So again, Chat GBT can say whatever they want, but I had a lot of question marks, guys that performed very well going into the season, but there's a lot of, differences from, where they were last year to this year. So I do think I still have a chance. I wish I had a little bit more fab money left, but
Would you like to trade for more fab money?
Wait, Pete, we're going to let DeVito get it. Come on, DeVito.
Dan, do you feel that we unfairly jinxed you with all of us voting you in as a potential champion this year?
Oh, I let Mike know pretty clearly that he effed me pretty good with his Chat GBT
we're
and
explicit content. You can go right for
You
it.
can say it.
Yeah, he fucked me.
Hey, what do you think? What do you think Ross thinks about your performance right now?
All right, so
dude, if Ross comes in next, if you do the Triple H countdown, and Ross comes in next, I'm leaving. Just so we're clear.
I am 90% sure. So we went apple picking this weekend. Do you guys know where Ross lives? Does he live around here still?
He lives in Rhode Island.
He lives in Rhode Island?
Yeah.
All right. So I probably didn't see him then, but there was some guy when we were apple picking. We're all in the kid area or whatever. And I'm like, dude, I think that's Cromartie. And I was like, if I was 4-0, I would go up to him and be like, hey, how's your team doing? But being that I'm 0-5, I was like, I can't even go up and say, hey, your team's still where it was, But I wanted so bad to go up to this guy, whether it was Ross or not, be like, hey, what's up, pal? But I just,
now, do you think Ross is following the league to know that you were 0-4?
No.
I mean, he follows me on Instagram. He gets all this stuff.
Dude, is there anything? I'm sure people have tried to take advantage of your 0-5 start to make trades. Anything you want to say? Any trades you'd be looking for? Anything you want? Talking to you, Case. Anything you want people to know? Do you want Herbert? You don't want Herbert? Just give us your reaction to how you want the league to engage.
I'm not even gonna go there with Herbert. Case, you were such a douche about the whole thing. You could have offered me Herbert and the Jefferson for whoever, and I wouldn't have done it. Just after all those texts you sent.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised by you wouldn't take Jefferson, and I actually need him right now, so I can't trade him.
See, still being a douche, but no, Dak's still better than Herbert, and he'll probably finish better than Herbert, and. Honestly, even if Herbert was as good as he was, the way that you tout him, and I knew that you were holding on to those 2 quarterbacks and hoping that I would trade for one, and you were very bitter when you weren't the one I traded with.
Yeah, it didn't work out for your 0-5 team, Dan. Good strategy.
Here we go.
guys.
Wait, did you try
come
to
on
reach
now.
out
We're
to
all
anybody
friends.
about like a quarterback, like anybody on the radar? Or you're always just like, I'm just going with Bo Nix?
No, I honestly thought Nix was going to be a lot better than he was. I thought he'd be better this year. I thought that they'd start throwing the ball more. And dude, I mean, their defense is so good. Like their offense hasn't had to be like great, And I was figuring he's going to have some more rushing touchdowns than he's had, and not that he regressed, but he's kind of like just been stale,
I don't know if anyone has ever gone 0-5 to the playoffs. I think we would have to check with the Darian on that one.
I'll have to look.
There's a first for everything.
Is this Dan's fifth time on the pod, Pete? What do we think? Something like that?
You're up there. I don't know. You're up there with Ennis.
All I'm going to say is this is by far the best performance Dan has had on a podcast. No question about it. Right, Dan?
Incredible.
Are you staying? Dan, can you stay? Can you stay for the recap?
I'm very humble, guys. I'm here's a couple things. What if I told you that Tyquan Thornton has more points this year than Drake London and Brian Thomas Jr.?
What else?
I had Tyquan Thornton pinned.
What if I told you in week 3 when Casey barely beat me with a terrible score of 106 that Chase, London, and Brian Thomas Jr. combined for 31 points?
10 is the new 0.
Yeah. But that was managerial, though. Bad managing there.
What else? Yeah, what else?
I don't know. I got some other things here. What else I got here?
I told you.
What if I told you week 1, Terror Rhoda McMillian, whatever his name is, he outscored Jamar Chase and Brian Thomas Jr. Brian Thomas Jr. and Chase combined for 14 points. McMillian had 14 by himself.
Unbelievable.
Is this the
Terrible managing there too, guys? I don't know what to tell you. I should have started Wan'Dale Robinson that week.
Dan, I got 2 questions for
Thank
you.
you for starting against me.
Case, go do something with your pillow.
Are you aware you scored the second highest points in the league last week? Second highest point total in the league.
Please. Of course I did. And as soon as Mike texts me, oh, hey, welcome back. What did I say, Mike? I'll go, yep. Watch this. I go, I said I put money on Butte to score a touchdown because I go, watch this. I sat Butte instead of someone else. And I'm like, this is going to screw me. And of course,
I've never
ended up losing.
I tracked all the scores the last 5 years. I've never seen somebody put up the second highest score in the league and lose to the first highest score in the league in a year. And then the other thing, in case you're not sticking around, which you are invited to do, but how do you feel about going against Jeff?
Well,
getting your first win this week.
I will say I have. So I feel like this year there's been like a few people that carried like teams, so Cook and Buka. Thomas and McCaffrey, because I have some of them in other leagues, and like those guys have been so consistent in scoring like high volume, and he has 2 of those guys, so I wouldn't be surprised if he beat me too. But again, like all these like projected points that we're supposed to be pretty even, my guys have just been like laying down, so it's tough to say, but there's some big mismatches this week with offenses and defenses in the NFL, so who knows? But knowing my luck, I'll get another goose egg in front of my win total.
All right. What did I pick?
I wouldn't pick me if I was any of you.
All right. Well, with that, I feel a little worse about my picks.
Sorry.
I will. The thing that I've always remembered year to year is that it's much more important your points against than your points for. And you are far and away, Dan, the hardest schedule. Like you have 770. The next closest is 720. So you've had not a terrible season, not as good as you want, but you've also run up some very, very bad luck.
Well, and I'm also not I'm like 3 points behind Case. The next person above me, I'm 20 points behind him. I haven't been the lowest scoring team, 1 week. So luck's luck. The league's the league. I'm not making excuses, but I'm also, not like I'm not trying either.
Hey, weird stat I just noticed.
Not trying.
Weird stat I just noticed. Jeff Ennis, who's in 6th place, has 664 total points, and he's been scored against 664 total points.
Yeah, a tenth of a point.
It's an incredible stat. All right, that's it. Can we get into it, Pete? Let's get into it.
What about me, Mike?
What about you? You've got 638 for, 771 against.
Oh,
You have the widest gap.
And that's with a measly 106-point win that I put up against you, Lloyd. So somebody else must have crushed you.
You've had some close losses too there, Dan. All right, Pete, let's get into the recap.
I can't wait to get you back in the Red Room case.
Sounds weird. So
Pete,
we've got Dan staying with us. We've got some week 1 to recap. I'll give the floor back to you, Numero. No, you're up.
I will do it. But before we go any further, Mike, we've gone 20 minutes and fired a lot at you. What's on your mind? How can I help? What questions do you have about anything? Or is there anything that you want to ask?
No.
I'll be helpful.
No, I'm good.
Okay, so with that, we're going to talk about the boom of the week. That was from your Apple Watch. With that, we're going to talk about the boom of the week. It is.
I didn't even wear it to work today.
You didn't wear it downstairs?
I think Casey got it. He started laughing.
I didn't get it.
All right,
I was like, no, I don't need anything.
Boom of the week, Andy DeVita. It was 177.34. It was the highest score of the year. The previous high was Mike last week at 174. I Venmo'd Andy when I woke up, and he complimented me on my punctuality. And Mike has 16. Andy has 14. Do you guys want to guess who's in last? Who has the least amount of booms in the league? No, it's not you, Lloyd. Don't worry. It's not you.
DeVito?
Lloyd has 4. He is second to last.
Christian?
It's Breen. All right. Beast of the week. Everybody's favorite uncle, Rico Dowdle, with 43 points. Neighbors still holds the top spot with 42. And the going deep goes against me again for the second week. Do you remember?
I know who it is.
Who is it?
Raheem Shaheed.
Raheem Shaheed. Thank you for saying that first, because I would have messed it up. 87-yard play. It was the second longest play of the year, still to Tutu Atwell's 88 yards. So 1 yard difference. I got the scoring summary. You want to hear it?
Oh, yeah, baby.
Scoring summary for each week. Week 1, 123.
Ugh.
135. 122. 142. 142. So it has been the scoring has increased, and it has been at an all-time high the last 2 weeks. That is the week in review.
I love that. A+ week in review. Raheem Shaheed, by the way, very dynamic on the touchdown he scored.
Now you're gonna have to go back and listen to the Apple podcast, but that's okay. The Apple Watch.
Pete, let's go game by game with our recap. Let's get a recap on our game of the week, a very tight one. Our one and only Steve DeVito, who's center square today for me, gets the win over Kev. Give us that recap.
Yeah, I'll let these guys do a lot of the talking. Game of the week. It lived up to a 3-point game. It was one of 2 3-point games this week, which good for that. DeVito throws in Waller. Fantastic. Gets the 78 and a touchdown from him. Makes me look smart in the pick. Steve jumps to the 2nd seed from the 4. Breen falls from the 2 seed to the 5 seed. Biggest fall of anybody this week.
We'll try to be quick because we got a bunch of people here. Steve, when DeMarcado fumbled at the goal line, please confirm you were certain you were going to lose.
Oh yeah, I was swearing at the television. Absolutely.
Hey, the coach punched him.
I said,
dude,
huh?
Coach punched him.
No, I was yelling at the television.
You see the coach punch him?
Oh, Gannon. Yeah. He grabbed his jersey and turned around and punched him.
Hey, Steve, good thing no one ever did that to us in high school, huh?
I was just about to say, Pete, about time they brought back the old school mentality.
Yeah, Lloyd, I was just going to say, remember, I think I might have been carried around by my face mask at one point.
Yeah, I can just hawking loogies in your face.
Anyway, sorry, Steve. Go ahead, Steve.
No, I absolutely. I think I said it when Duddy said, watch this video. I was like, yeah, just watch. It's going to happen. And watching that Monday night game with Travis Hunter, the fact that they didn't throw the ball more to him, I got pretty lucky.
Case, let's talk quick on Breen. You've said essentially nothing on this podcast. It's been a fast move here.
It's been great.
It's been great. We've really picked up pace. We'll bring you back in, though. Person I want you to comment on for Breen, I feel like Jalen Waddle might be back as a number 1 option and can he carry him? Tough loss, but where's Breen today?
Yeah, good play. Hill's out of the picture there, so that obviously opens things up for Waddle. I think the thing that's hard for Breen is I don't know if there's much more you could do. Ramondre coming off his fumble problems, obviously left 2 touchdowns on the bench, but I don't think you can bank on that, especially with Woody Marks having a good week last week and then having a dud this week. So I think he played probably his optimum roster, just fell a little bit short against Steve this week.
Dan, you versed enough to dive into teams by tossing some questions your way?
So real quick, Waddle also waddled off in the first quarter with a kind of a slight injury. So, that guy's always injury prone. So he's a tough guy to count on as well.
Dan, did you have a go-to celebration in basketball or football?
My go-to celebration in basketball was the headbutt.
I like the headbutt.
What'd you do?
What's your most memorable play from high school basketball? I know mine for you.
Basketball?
Yeah.
Oh, I blocked that kid from Wachusett. Yeah. I took off from the foul line when he was I took off from the half court. He was at the foul line. It was like probably my only good block of the year. But when everyone went nuts in the stands after that, I was like, wow, I'm actually terrible at blocking people because I couldn't jump that high. But it's pretty
Not
good.
anymore.
Yeah. You also had like those 6-pound ankle braces you used to wear. Probably inhibited you from getting off the floor.
Because I didn't want Jody to wrap my ankles.
Oh, dude, she wrapped a good ankle. She did.
Never watched Jody.
All right.
You would know.
Speaking of wrapped ankles, Pete, let's go to game number 2. First loss of the season for the Chosen Ones. Very bad performance, but Spades with a big win. Give us that recap.
Yeah, Spades with a big win in spite of Derrick Henry. And I got to say, I know you guys don't really care, but around here in Baltimore, it's been a bad week. Not only did Derrick Henry have a bad thing, but the Ravens officially suck. It smells like ass around here. If you guys heard the news, the entire Inner Harbor has turned to sewage. And Captain Defense, who's like basically like our fireman Ed around here, like Jay, so we have like a Captain Defense. He dies the same week that the defense gives up 42 points. So it's been really a downfall here. But Spades, good for him. I texted him. He did not give any good quotes. I called him a man of few words. He gave it a heart.
What did he say?
He said, "This was another case of my bench exploding, a real nail biter." Terrible quote. I don't know why you asked. Spades moves from 5 to 4. Mike, you stay at 1, though. Congratulations.
The thing that changed this game more than anything was Thursday night. Kyron Williams scored 34. He should have scored 40. Good win by Kate. Good win by Spades. Dan, I am of the believer that Spades is one of the top 3 teams. He's playoff bound. You react to that comment on Spades making the playoffs.
Honestly, Mike, he could be. Yeah, definitely. It's like you said, it's very tight, like up top, like even down low. I don't know. It's kind of a crapshoot.
Quote of the night.
That was a great quote.
There's your pod title for next week.
Even down low.
Who's scared? Who's scared? Down low.
Case, my luck ran out in my quarterback room. I made you comment on that last week. I picked May, who's a wonderful professional quarterback. I still feel okay about the team. Tough loss. First time I didn't break 125 this season.
Yeah, Kyler, not much of a showing on your bench, so you can't feel too bad about that one. I think the biggest surprise is I would have put big money down that James Cook would have had a much bigger night against the Pats in prime time and they just took that away and dared them to, beat him a different way, and it worked out. So I think that was sort of the difference for you, is not getting that Cook that you've been getting all year.
Steve, what level of worried do you think I am? 1 to 10?
2.
2.
But I'd be really concerned about Chase Brown at this point.
Oh, I tried to trade Chase Brown to Lloyd, and he laughed me off the text message. So I'm concerned about everybody on the Bengals.
No, but the reason that he concerns me is because of the Hubbard injury, and I know we don't like talking about it, but the lack of depth that you have on that bench kind of worries me.
Great depth. I'm playing Haskins this week, so we'll get there when we get to the preview. But let's go to game number 3 recap. Tough one, Pete. Did Aaron take you down 4 over 8? Let's get that one.
I don't know much to say here. This is the blowout of the week. It made me sign up for fantasy basketball. I fall from 8 to 9.
Oh, no.
And yeah,
don't do it.
Every year I have to make that decision on when to kind of divide the attention, and this one came early. Can you recommend any team names for me?
Falls deep.
I wanted to go with the Celtics one, but I don't want to be like Green Machine.
Go to ChatGPT. ChatGPT is good at stuff like that.
Lead candidate right now is Tommy Points. I like that one.
Maniacs.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Yeah, I know. I fall from 8 to 9. Christian stays at 4. That's it.
Christian, genius play Raheem Shaheed. I've been telling him for weeks that guy's a stalwart in his lineup.
Could not believe it.
The one guy you said he had to get up his lineup last week.
The Bucky dead.
One guy.
Yeah, it's like the Bucky dead.
What? Is this what Darian's doing with quarterback? Steve,
roulette.
But he has roulette, and it's like I'm going to throw it on red, and it's 2/3 black. It doesn't even make any sense.
Yeah, I don't really understand. I still didn't get why he made that trade where he was in the standings with Pete. It's perplexing. I don't know. I don't get it.
It's the
Especially when he's got
next year. Yeah,
he's got good young players too. McMillan, Judkins, and A-Chain, like 3 really good young players. ETN's been playing well for him this year and added. I mean, he's got a boatload of young guys that are performing. To get rid of Hurts, it just didn't make sense to me. But he's still finding a way to win, find a way in the top of the standings. So tough to argue.
Case, more likely climb on the leaderboard to Darren or DeLuca?
I mean, I'll take DeLuca if he stays interested and not into NBA basketball. I mean, the thing to think about, right, is you could say Christian is in 4th place, whatever, but he's 3-2. Like, I'm 1 game back him, and I'm in 8th place. Like, everybody's either 3-2 or 2-3, and everybody's jumbled up. So there isn't any separation there, playoffs versus non-playoffs yet. It's still too tight.
Dan, more likely to show interest this season, Case laying down on a podcast or DeLuca trying to win fantasy football? You sit up.
I think the best thing Case could do is lie down and mute him. But I gotta say, Pete, I think you've done a great job with your roster from where your season ended last year to where you are now. Like, you've done a lot with, not to say you didn't have anything, but not much. So
not much.
Hats off to you, pal.
Thank you, buddy. I like it. I like being engaged, and at the end of the day, trades come when you start talking to people. It's great. Yeah, I'm not going to lay down in the season or this podcast. I will continue to compete.
Yeah, I hope you start.
No pun intended.
Pun was intended, Dan.
Total
Pun was intended on that. Let's go to game number 4. Speaking of laying down on the podcast, game number 4. Horizontal monkey dance. Brian Casey goes down to Jeff Innes. Let's get that one.
This was the battle of 6 versus 7. And I said that 6-7 joke, and I don't think it got enough respect on the podcast last week. On the listen back, did you laugh?
Yeah, big time.
They say that a lot in high school. In high school, Steve.
In middle school.
In middle school, yeah. My daughter says it every 2 seconds.
I thought it was 6-2.
LeBron James kid do something about it this week.
6-2.
Sheila, we were upstairs with the kids, and Sheila had this Instagram video of there was like a bunch of high school kids at a deli, and the guy at the deli counter was like 66, and he goes 6-7, and the place exploded. I laughed so hard.
My daughter would just say it all that 6-7. So it just came up. I was like, oh my God, it's a 6 versus 7.
It's so stupid.
Anyway, the 6 wins. Yeah, the 6 wins. It stays at 6. The 7, Casey falls from 7 to 8. Tough loss for Casey. Go ahead.
Case, haven't heard you comment on your team this week. 144 for you is a pretty good showing. Innes shows up big. Can I ask a pointed question here? Where are we on Henderson? He's kind of killed you.
Yeah, terrible. In our text messaging over the you guys trying to get me to play Travis Kelce because his fiance sang about his manhood. It was never really an option for me. Once Dowdell got the go, I was contemplating Laporta versus Henderson. I chose Henderson thinking that some of that fumble stuff would bite Ramondre, and obviously it has not. So I don't think I can play Henderson moving forward. I think he's
why do you keep calling him Dowdell? I'm really confused.
That's what I'm going to call him, Steve. Dowdell.
Dowdell. Is this year's Runner Renfro?
Yep.
All right.
I can't believe he scored 160 points with this roster, guys. He played Michael Carter, Tony Horton, Daniel Jones. This is a 160-point lineup. Dan, are you afraid of this guy?
No, but the way Taylor's been playing and McCaffrey, like those guys, they could go for 90 by themselves.
Excellent analysis, Dan. Just like Steve last week, it's going to come down to Innes' best players playing well. So, yeah.
Well, I don't know what's wrong. I mean, I'm on my phone. I signed in my other one, but I'm unprepared, Casey. Is that what you want to hear? Thanks.
Just dump him.
I don't know what the hate's all about, but that's fine. It's probably because you still have Justin Herbert and I have Dak Prescott.
Go take a shower.
I'm confused as to why that's such a bad thing. If his best players play well, he's going to win.
I was talking. I didn't know I got jacked off.
Laying down.
I was confused.
I hate when that happens.
there was like 4 faces. I'm like, wait, who left? I'm like, oh, it's Case getting kicked out.
Dan, that wasn't a shot at you. That was a shot at Steve.
I don't care who you. It's always a shot at me, Case.
Oh, God. All right.
All right. Last one, guys. Sorry, Dan. We got to recap because this is what the people want. And then Case
Oh,
got
it's
our
all good.
picks ready. 174 might be the highest point total loss we've seen in a long time. Pete, we don't need that stat, but let's get the recap.
No, I like Andy headed to this one. Ibuka shined in this. He was my player of the game. I like Davida booming, and he's red hot going into matchup with Mike. Davida jumps from 9 to 7. Larkin stays in the basement.
Steve, are we going to look back on the draft?
Performance.
Are we going to look back on the draft and say that Egbuka clearly ends up being the best pick? Steve, you think?
Yeah.
Wow.
Absolutely. It was
Easily.
a great pick.
Wow.
Andy won the draft. We talked about it that night. He won the draft, and it's showing right now.
Andy's team is.
But hold on, though.
Let's see, sir.
Think about why Egbuka has been really good. Evans has been out. Godwin is just coming back. When those two guys come back, those targets going to get split up a little bit. You're shaking your head. No, of course they're going to get split up, Dan. And I mean, Evans and Godwin are going to take at least 1 or 2 targets away from Egbuka.
Godwin
so if
doesn't
he's getting
good.
6, 7, 8 targets. No, but he's not 100% back in the fray.
Did you see the new news though? Now he's got a tibia problem. He might be out again. Brand new thing. So it might change the whole complexion of it.
Even in the preseason, though, Steve, Mbuka was the guy. I mean, Baker was throwing dimes to him. Like, they had a really good connection in the preseason.
I'm not saying he's not a stud, but what I'm saying is, like, fantasy points-wise and the amount of opportunities he's going to get to score are going to come back down. And they were without Bucky Irving this week, too. So you bring him back into that, it could limit that a little bit, is all I'm saying.
Dan, can I stress test your love of Egbuka?
I wish
Ready?
I wish I could.
gonna...
I honestly, I wish I could have tried to trade up for him. I should have tried.
Wait. I'm going to say Andy calls you tonight.
A lot of regret on hand, Dan. A lot of regret.
Don't regret so much, Dan. You're a great guy. You got a great life. Don't worry about that.
Make those
Dan,
moves.
ready? Andy calls you tonight. I'll give you Egbuka for Chase.
I would consider it for sure.
Wow. Would you do it? He's like, you got to make a call tonight.
He bullies you.
I 70-30 maybe.
Lamb.
No. If he says yes or no, would you do it?
Lamb, no, because I have Dak. But Chase, I would definitely consider it and consider it pretty hard.
JSN.
Andy, if you're listening, call Dan.
JSN.
No.
I want JSN.
He won't trade JSN.
I know. I don't have any ammo to get him.
I'm guessing anybody like Drake London.
Oh yeah.
That's what I feels like you were like. I mean, dude, I think Andy should call you about Chase.
I think he's got a little bit of a man crush.
I mean, Dan, you're essentially saying he's top 5.
And Buka, I like him a lot.
If you were Case, would you trade Justin Jefferson for him?
I don't like the quarterback situation there. I love Laser Mayfield too.
Wow. He's been awesome.
So
Case,
my point is this: with
I wouldn't
Evans
trade
in
anyone with
fold,
Case.
Dude, we know your point, Steve. Steve, we know your point. Point made.
You
Point
said it
made.
3 times, Steve. We get it.
First 2 weeks, four catches.
One football. We get it.
Case, shut up. 4 catches first 2 weeks.
Kick him off.
Darian somewhere giggling.
Kick him off, Pete.
Hey, shut up.
I don't know if you guys get this. There's like only so many targets to go around.
Kick him off.
Case, you ready to do the picks?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, ready, Case.
Oh.
Pete surges from 3rd place to pull to a tie for first with a 4-1 week. Him and DeVito are now 15-10 on the season.
Got to win something.
Kaleli loses some ground going 1-4 for a pod worst record this week. KC is only a game behind Kaleli after a 2-3 week. Pete, what do you think your upset record is in the superlatives?
It's probably 1-4 because I pick myself.
It is the exact same record as your team's record.
Yeah,
Yep,
1-4 every week.
1-4. So despite a great week in the pick, not such a good week with the superlatives.
That's all right.
But we did all cash in on the DeVita for the superlatives. A couple guys had a lock, a couple guys had a boom against Lloyd. So that was a nice little boost for the group.
Brian, I know you're mad at me, but could you just tell me what my record was?
15-10.
No, this week. I forgot.
2 and 3.
Thank you. I didn't know what I was.
Oh, sorry, I didn't talk about you specifically.
Yeah, clean it up, Case.
Well, you went 3 for 4, so I figured I could just know what I was.
And do you individually.
Laying down on the job.
I'm just trying to change it up, Pete. It's been a tough year.
All right, let's get to week number 6. Pete, our game of the week, another battle of 2 teams that would be in the playoffs if it started today. Our 3 seed tall boy, CJ Spates. You missed that last week, Pete.
Did you have money on it, Pete, this time?
Call back.
Tall boy.
Tall boy, mustard boy. Let's see who wins, the hot dog or the ketchup. Pete, give us the preview.
I'm going to make this incredibly quick. Last year they played each other. Christian is 1-0 against him in their one game. It was on week 9. He won by 11 points. I think the game-changing player here is Zach Charbonnet. I have Ken Walker, and I watch those games closely. Charbonnet gets a lot of the goal line carries and gets a lot of touches through the air. I think that he's a game-changing player for Spates. I'm going to pick him to win.
So the only person who sent me their stuff so I know what to ask him is DeVito. So, guys, guess what? DeVito's going first on every game. He's going to be our TF. Steve, we've got an interesting – is that not a fair? Pete, that's fair.
I sent you my list.
But you say it in the preview.
No.
I think DeVito's having a great night, just so we're clear. Steve, you've been great.
Me too. Yeah.
Thanks, bud.
Have you ever gone with the wireless headset?
Yes.
Do you ever go by Steven?
Oh, interesting. You have a wireless headset, but you don't.
You ever go by Steven or no? Full name Steven or is it Steve?
That's usually like when my mother would talk to me because there was something wrong. I'd get the yell.
Dan, does anyone call you Daniel ever?
Only when I did something real wrong.
Yeah.
Dan, when you're at work, what do people at work call you? Lloyd?
Oh, I have more nicknames at work than I do from high school and college combined.
Tell us all about him. I'd love to hear this.
He seems like a good nickname guy.
So I work with some interesting people. So I bought these boots for the summertime with no laces because, my feet breathe better, right?
Okay.
So one of the iron workers goes to me, he goes, "Hey, did you get that with your Subaru Outback?" He called me some other stuff, lesbian and all this other stuff. I was like, no, I didn't, but thanks for asking.
Oh, it's so inappropriate.
Thanks, Dan. So what does he call you? Outback Dan?
He calls me Giraffe Neck.
I used to work with a bunch of laborers, and there was a big fat guy, and everyone used to call him Louis Finelli with the big belly. But it used to be the greatest nickname in the entire world.
All right, Steve, a great point you bring up here to preview this game. CJ, an entire roster of running backs. Typically, my view is that elevates your floor. Give us the read on the all running back team for CJ, and let's hear your pick for the game.
Well, I think he struck gold with Bob. Krusky Merritt look like the real deal. And a lot of that is because there just really isn't anyone else. Rodriguez stinks, and McNichols isn't anything more than a pass-catching guy. So he's going to get all the work in a plus matchup. I do wonder if Warren is going to be healthy enough. And if he is healthy enough, are they going to split it with Gainwell with how well he's been playing? Yeah.
You're our injury guy. How am I supposed to know that if you don't know the answer?
No, I'm saying because he's coming off an injury in that bye and how well Gainwell's played, are they going to make that kind of a 50-50 split? I think Gainwell is going to get most of the passing down work. So, but Gainwell did really well against Minnesota overseas. But, yeah, I mean, I think he's got really good backs in a couple of spots here that are favorable for him. I'm going to pick Spates in this one to win.
Hey, Dan, I've been saying that Darian should have Judkins in every week. Like, am I crazy with that? Like, tell me a little bit about Christian's view here. I'm not assuming you can see his roster, but we got one of the youngest teams on the field with the Judkins, with Tet, with Bijan. Where's Team Darian this week? Give us your pick.
Looking at his bench, I would say absolutely. I mean, Judkins is a go-to guy there. They're not throwing the ball much, but absolutely. I mean, he's got his backup Tootin on his bench. Like, Brock Bowers has been pretty inconsistent. So, Addison on the bye. I think you have to start him.
Mm-hmm. Who's your pick this week, Dan?
I got to go with the Griggs.
Any superlatives?
No, just deeper bench.
Okay. Pete, who did you pick in this one, CJ?
The Lighthouse. I picked the Lighthouses. Yep.
You picked the Lighthouses. Case, we're so far 3-0 on the big rigs. That was an oil rig, just so we're clear. Big rig. Get it? Yep.
It was the Lighthouse.
He's also starting Geno Smith. I mean,
I don't think Darian really looks until the weekend.
Darian's not set.
Yeah.
This is not his full
There's
roster.
a lot of NFL analysis going on, but this kid doesn't check.
he's got to pick up a quarterback then.
Yeah.
Case, I offered him Caleb Williams. What do you think he offered me back for Caleb Williams?
For
A
like
fifth-round pick.
Fifth-round pick.
ETN.
Fifth-round pick.
Wow.
I think we're sleeping, Case, on the fact that potentially the two best players in this game are on the same roster, and that's Darian's roster. Can Bijan carry him? Give us your read of him coming off a bye against a relatively average Bills defense. Who's your pick?
Yeah, I think Bijan would be the hope. I don't think that run defense is as good as they may have looked against the Patriots the other night. Before that, they were rather porous, so Bijan's in for a big night. But I do think that Spades is going to take it. He's my lock. Jaden Daniels on Monday night primetime. And again, he survived last week. He gets Jacobs back, who's been one of his better players all year. So I'm going to take Spades as my lock.
Am I crazy to think that Darren's going to win this game?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. He has no quarterback, and I don't mean to pile on for. I mean, he just beat me, so
I don't know, man.
His matchups aren't that great either.
Why can't Geno get 20 to 25 against the poorest Titans defense? Achane's playing against the defense that got gashed. They can't run the ball. Judkins is playing against Pittsburgh, whose runs defense is garbage. McMillan is playing against the Cowboys. Their secondary is garbage. And Bijan's playing Monday night. I'm taking to Darren. I'm picking him as my upset this week. I kind of like Christian's roster this week, guys. And I want to give a little love to Mustard Boy. I think this is a big one. This is a pretty high-scoring game. I'm not going to boom because I'm going to save that for somebody else who's a special boy to me. But I'm going to take Christian in the upset. That's you, by the way. Dan, it's you, by the way. Game number 2. Just fell off a 4-0 start to the guy who kept Lloyd winless. It's Kaleli versus DeVita in game number 2. Pete, give us that preview.
Mike, you played last year once and you won. It was on week 8 by 11 points. I think the key to this game for DeVita is going to be those Williams brothers on the bench, Jameson and Javonte. You got to sub one of those in for the IR. Figure out that, and let's get them rolling. I'm going to pick Andy. I'm going to go with the boom. I feel like these booms are kind of poetic back and forth between Mike and Andy, and I'm going to go with the narrative of Andy catching up on him. So I'm going to go with Andy, and I'm going to give him the boom.
Steve, interesting here. In 1 week, loses Hampton, then loses the bid to me for Hampton, but he gets Diggs. So pretty good replacement level talent with Diggs potentially being a rock star. Give us your read on where Andy goes in that injury spot, and who's your pick?
Yeah, I agree. I think Javonte Williams is the play against Carolina. Carolina is terrible defensively, and I think Dallas has kind of found it with Javonte Williams catching the ball too. Mahomes kind of looks like he's back with that offense they have Monday night in a shootout with Jacksonville. I think it's going to be another shootout with Detroit. And Myers against Tennessee, I think that's a good spot for him against, as Dan called it, a porous defense. I got DeVita, and DeVita is my upset this week.
Ooh, we've got a boom and an upset so far. Dan, you've called me one of your favorite people in the league. Tell me why everybody's sleeping on me. And the question comes on my side, how big of a lead can I get out on Thursday night with Scatterboo and Saquon? Dan, who's your pick?
I love it, Mike.
This is a tough one for me. Honestly, Mike, I think DeVita is deep in, he left 70, even though he played like a great lineup, he left 70 points on his bench against me. I do like both you guys have great starting lineups going, but I have to take DeVita in this one, Mike.
The Titans for Kaleli.
DeVita is the sexy pick this week. I am going DeVita. I like a couple of his bench maneuvers to get in there. I think he's got to go to Javonte Williams, and I think he's got to get Rachaad White in there if Bucky's going to be out, and get out either Myers or Olave, because if Olave gets Gonzalez, that changes that backfield for the Patriots secondary. So I think he's got to get Rachaad White. We had an awesome week without playing second fiddle to Bucky. So I think both those plug-and plays are going to be big this week, and I think that's going to carry him over the top. I like this one as a high-scoring back and forth. DeVita with the upset. it's a new DeVita team than what he started out this year at.
DeVita's team, I said it last week. I'm going to stand by it. This guy is one of the best teams in the league right now. They're healthy. They're dynamic.
Great.
The thing about I don't mind my matchups this week. Nobody called it. I have like 7 road games. I don't think my matchups are set yet. I don't know what I do with Cincinnati. I'm still waiting to read the tea leaves on what happens with Flacco. I think there's a world where I go Haskins right out of the gates just to try to get something. If he's going to get some run, the only way I win this game is if Saquon actually gets 100 yards and a touchdown on Thursday night, which he could against the Giants. But safe pick here is DeVita, and I'm going to take Andy as well. We're going to sweep it.
Wow. Picking against yourself for a sweep.
First time this year I picked against myself. Speaking of picking against themselves, let's see if it happens for the first time in this next game. My numero uno against his numero uno. Pete, Steve, let's hear it.
I love Steve, mainly because we played 2 times last year and I beat him both times. 2 of my 4 wins of the season against Steve DeVito. Week 2 was by 80. I had to double check that. That wasn't a typo. And week 11, it was only by 2. So very opposite ends of the spectrum there, Steve. The key to this matchup, I'm going to go ahead and go out on a limb and say it's Kyle Pitts. I don't think McLaurin is going to be able to play on Monday night now that he's dealing with a new issue. If that is the case, I will need to shift to my next available person, which would be Kyle Pitts on my bench for Monday night. If that was the case, I would probably be leaning on a prayer. And I think that prayer will be answered. I'm going to pick myself in the upset.
Is it living on a prayer?
Steve, there are cues all over this game. Tibia on Godwin. McLaren, I don't think he's going to play. And I think there's a maintenance cue on St. Brown, but like, where's the injuries take us? DeLuca's got to go to his bench pretty quick. We got DJ Moore in there already. Like, give us your take on how injuries play a factor.
I agree. I don't think McLaurin plays. And this Godwin thing, by the way, as we were here, I was reading up on this. This is related to the same injury he had.
Oh, okay,
and
good.
it was sorted. So I think he's fine. And
Steve,
I
have you ever
don't
hurt
see him
your tibia?
not playing. No,
Never.
did not.
Dan?
Dan Zagar's not me.
Oh.
I think he broke it.
Oh, yeah. Remember him on the crutches all those years? I remember that.
The cane
that was,
for a while.
Yeah, you had the cane. Oh, that was
It was a tibia. Confirmed tibia?
95% sure.
He definitely broke something into the leg. Was that playing football?
Yeah.
Oh,
95%. That was good, Dan. That's good. Sorry, Steve, go ahead. Back to you. You've talked about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers more on this podcast than I've ever heard anybody talk about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Keep going, Steve.
I love him.
It's his favorite football team.
4-1. I'm on the bandwagon. I told you I won a Bucky jersey.
Loved
We
him
were talking
since he was
about
a
those
kid.
last time. And then ever since I said that he got hurt, so that's great.
Yeah.
Anyways, coming back. So as far as the injuries go, the only one that is concerning here would be McLaurin. I agree. I don't think he's playing. And I also agree that I think Pitts is a great play. I was actually surprised that he wasn't in the lineup. There are some tough matchups, though, on Pete's side in that Walker-Charbonnet matchup on the road, Seattle traveling to the East Coast. They've struggled traveling to the East Coast, so I'm a little concerned for him with that one. And then the way Indianapolis has played against tight ends this year, they're one of the top 3 in the league against tight ends with McBride, so that could be a question mark for him. I think for me, this hinges on A.J. Brown.
Where's he getting this stuff from?
Kid does his research. He doesn't lay down on the job on the podcast. He's
top 3. He just had top 3 in the league against tight ends. What a stat.
I think they are number 3.
I mean, he's a professional manager. He manages 2 teams. I mean, he's the real deal.
He is the real deal.
Can we talk about 4 tight ends starting in one game, or one matchup in the league? That's got to be an all-time record.
Yeah, good segue. Hold that thought.
That is a good segue. I want to talk about that too, Dan.
A.J. Brown is the key. If A.J. Brown can have a big night on Thursday night, I'll have a chance. If A.J. Brown has another dud, this thing is going to be over. I do think A.J. Brown enjoys cooking the Giants, so I could see him catching a touchdown and going for like 75 yards tomorrow night. Come on, AJ. Calling for you, buddy. I'll take myself in this one. No superlative.
Did you see that A.J. Brown, Jalen Hurts, and Saquon had a closed-door meeting for 2 hours before or after practice one day?
Mm-hmm.
So they're hammering it out. There's going to be something big going on this weekend.
Yes.
I'm not a big A.J. Brown guy, to be quite honest with you. Dan, you mentioned tight ends. you got each team with 2 tight ends in their roster. Like, you look at a team you're playing against, you think to yourself about tight ends. What's your theory on that game and on that play, and then what's your pick of the game?
So I was going to actually say, I feel like tight ends are coming around a lot more. And, you know, Steve, you've always been a big tight end guy. You know, between Andrews, Kittle, now you got Kraft. But I feel like they're scoring a lot of points. Like Jalen Warren, he's been unbelievable this year. He's next to Mbuka, he's probably the best rookie.
Tyler.
Oh, whatever. Yeah. Sorry, Jalen, Tyler, same thing. No, but yes, sorry. But anyways, I think the tight ends, you're gonna start seeing a lot more of them in the league, even though we don't have the position. So,
you roster any tight ends, Dan?
No, I'm a wide receiver guy.
I did see that there are multiple people going with the 2 tight end stack, or as I like to call it, the DeLuca stack, and multiple people are just impersonating that. See, DeVito has done it. See, Casey's now dabbling.
I'd say DeVito was the original.
How dare you, first of all? All right, I'll let him have it.
Thank you.
I vividly remember double stack bring back.
I agree, though. I think the way the tight ends are being played is like the Aaron Hernandez tight end, right? It's more like an H-back, so they're not really just on the line. They're splitting them out, so they're really like another receiver in the lineup.
This kid is killing it. How do you know all this stuff, Steve?
Killing it, dude. Killing it.
I don't know if it was last week or the week before. Like they kind of did a toss to Warren, and like he was supposed to run, and then he like threw it away. It was like, we could have thrown a touchdown. Anyways,
which pick, Dan?
What'd you pick?
Going with DeVito.
Case, have you looked at this matchup on the app?
On the app, no. On the computer screen, yeah.
Did you look at the projected score? That's why I'm asking the question.
I can see it, yeah.
How surprised are you that the projected score has DeLuca over DeVito? Give us that readout. Are we seeing a downfall of DeVito here, and is DeLuca prime for a nice upset?
Yeah, I think some of that has to do with Bucky being out. You know, I mean, some of his better players at the top, but I think this is lined up to be a pillow fight. Because I don't think McLaurin's going to play. I think he's going to have to go to his bench, which I think is a little bit thin on options. And that kind of makes me come back to Steve, who I think has the best player in this matchup with Amon-Ra St. Brown going on Sunday night against Kansas City, potential shootout. So I think DeVito's going to have some juice late to pull this thing out. I'm taking DeVito.
What the
kiss of death.
The read that I have on the pillow fight is that it will not explain that, please.
What's that?
But I want to know why Peaches booed a pillow fight. That means we're having a slumber party. What's so bad about that?
I don't like anything he says.
Wait, what do you mean by pillow fight? I'm reading pillow fight being condescending. Did I read that correctly?
Pillow fight being low scoring, Mike.
Okay. That's what I thought. I was like, so condescending.
I mean, like some orange crush in a pillow fight.
The lowest scoring team is in this matchup in Pete, and I think he's catching Steve in a tough week. But Steve, I think, will edge him out.
I need to have an intervention with Case. Case, are you okay tonight, man? You're being so mean to
I only
everybody.
see half his face.
Tonight, it's every night.
Why would you take all this stuff personal?
You're laying down. No one can see you.
I'm trying to change it up. I was laying down during my championship
so
year.
whacked out on smack.
Hey, Steve, I need you to answer a question for me because I don't know the answer to this question. Okay?
Full or half face?
You're fine like that. Your left side better than your right side. But what is Washington's defensive statistics?
Not good.
Not good meaning they're a weak defense?
Yes.
They're a weak defense. I'm taking Pete if that's the case. Pete's double dipping in Washington with the Bears. I like a resurgence of DeAndre Swift if that's the case. Pete, I'm going with you. I don't know if I've said any superlatives, but
the only caveat is that they went to LA this past week and shut down the Chargers. So
yeah, but they were overrated. Their quarterback, loser. All right, there we go. I think that one's pretty split, guys.
It is 2-2.
Speaking of split, let's see if we can split this next one. Kevin Breen close to the playoff picture at the moment. 5 seed Kev, 8 seed Case. Can we get a resurgence? Pete, give us that.
Last year they played twice. They split. It was Breen by 30 in week 2 and Casey by 34 in week 11. So pretty much pretty even matchup there. I think the key to the game is Ramondre Stevenson. I don't know why this guy keeps getting the ball. With Antonio Gibson being out, he's going to get even more opportunities, which is crazy. He fumbles and gets thrown right back in like he has nudes of Rabel's wife. I don't know why it happens, but the guy is committed to the job. I think he is a difference maker, and I am going to go with Breen as my lock because I want to make Casey write it down.
Steve, are you upset that Pete stole your segment?
No, not at all. Good, great segue. Go ahead. Go.
I was going to ask you who's going to win the battle.
No, go. You keep going.
What happened?
I'm asking you, Steve. I just asked you.
Yeah. So, is it going to be Henderson or is it going to be Stevenson?
I
I think Henderson is going to get more opportunities though in between the 20s, which is a really good thing for Case in an open field. That's what Henderson needs. No Gibson around there because Stevenson is not going to be an every down back, and this is going to give Henderson more opportunities. So I think this favors Henderson.
So Mike,
my biggest question, huh?
So if Mike was a good host, he would say, "Wow, one point of view favors Stevenson to win the game, and another point of view favors Henderson." Wow, let me use this as a host, but never mind. Go ahead, Steve.
I tried to get him to get to that point.
I'm half paying attention, guys. I'm half paying attention.
It would be such an easy thing for a host to put together, but forget it.
Just lie down, take a load off.
The matchup hinges on one team's running back situation, and Mike's like, meh.
If Lamar Jackson's healthy, I have Case in this matchup. He's not healthy. He's not going to play. He's out.
Yeah.
They're going to hold him out through the bye, especially because they're terrible right now. They're not going to risk anything long term with him, which would now take Zay Flowers and completely tanks him too. Plus, he has an injury. I'm taking Kevin in this one.
Dan, I'll let you talk about Brian's team. He badmouths you pretty much every week, so take the floor.
That's definitely a fact. Yeah, thank you, Mike.
What was yours?
No, he definitely does. Yeah. You know what? I'm going to take Kevin. Kevin. He's starting two tight ends that aren't even good. So,
yeah,
he's a week late.
It's a positive for Steve starting two tight ends, but when I do it, it's bad.
They both stink. That's what
correct.
Terrible.
Just
Case, you were dealing with some very real cues against a very clean Breen roster. He's projected to beat you with the empty roster spot. What's your path here? Is it a fall down for Breen or an uptick for you?
Yeah, this is a matchup. No Lamar, no Justin Jefferson. And again, he's projected to score more than me, and he doesn't have a full roster put in there. I do game without Nico, but he's got the best player in the game, Josh Allen, in prime time. Probably a resurgence game for them after this past week. I like Breen. I like Breen with the Dunze coming back into his lineup this week, and I think Genty against Tennessee's defense is in for a big day. So I think Breen's going to boom.
I don't see Breen booming, but I have Breen as my lock this week. I think he gets Case on a tough week. Your biggest thing to hope for is that Johnston comes back, Case, and gives you a couple. This was probably a schedule loss without Jefferson for you, so I think you'd be fine. Let's see if you can keep it close. I'll take Kevin as my lock.
Wow, a lot on Breen. A lot of people on Breen.
Last game, I feel like there's some superlatives that I have not heard lauded out there yet, and we've got a special guest looking for his first victory against a typical special guest of ours, Pete. Let's hear it. Jeff Lloyd.
They played each other twice last year. Jeff won by 0.2 in week 6. Do you remember that, Lloyd, by any chance? He won by 0.2 against you? Oh, that must have been a bad one. Dan won by 41 in week 15 to close the season. Key to this game, Daniel Jones. I think the magic's going to run out for Innis. Lloyd has been called out personally for lack of engagement, lack of trades, lack of whatever. And then he shows up on the podcast and kills it. Does way better than Casey. I'm going to go with Larkin. He is my upset of the week, an honor I don't hand out lightly because I pick myself every single time. Lloyd, I'm giving you the crown. Lloyd, my upset of the week.
Didn't you pick yourself the upset of the week already?
Nope.
Pete's picked 3 upsets so far.
Well, this is his upset. This is his upset of the week.
I have Andy as my boom, Breen as my lock, Larkin as my upset.
Okay, there you go. Dan, I'm going to have you finish our pod and talk about your team. Get back on the wagon, talk through a prediction, take your time. We're going to start on this by talking about your team, though. It's going to be DeVito. Potentially massive transaction this week. with Flacco coming in. They've thrown the ball 45 times in Cleveland. Is there a path, Steve, that Flacco becomes the key and that trade ignites Dan? Because the other side has a potential trade rumor that's hurting potentially Kamara. So like trade rumors swirling here. Give us your look on the trade market and the pick.
Yeah, I think it can only help Chase because Browning is abysmal.
Awful.
He's been
awful,
horrible. For Innis, he's had some issues with Kendre Miller kind of cutting into Kamara's workload. Now there's potential talks of Kamara being dealt to LA with the whole running back situation they have there with Hampton now being injured. So I think that would be a very big trade just came through. It has nothing to do with our league, and it's all defensive players. So don't worry about it.
Interruption.
So, yeah, I think what Innis is going to run into is some tough matchups, some bad luck. I really, really like Lloyd's matchups this week. And I don't know if you guys saw what just happened with the Giants in a short week, but Slayton is out with a hamstring injury. So Wan'Dale Robinson may get 12 targets this week.
There you go.
Huge news for you there, Dan, in the bottom part of your lineup, which I like much better than what Duddy's got right now. There's a lot of issues there with Wilson against Denver, going to be shadowed by Surtain, which means maybe a big Breece Hall week out of the background overseas. And finally, Brian Thomas Jr. coming alive this past Monday night, and they're going to need to continue to do that. So I got Lloyd. As my boom.
Wow. Case, we talked 15 minutes ago.
He's only got 4.
Innis has been held up on a strong season by 2 of the 4 best fantasy players. He's also played a little bit of a roulette on the bottom of his roster. So, give us the read in here on Team Jeff. Can his stalwarts come through against some decent matchups? And has he picked the right people to fill out his bench?
Yeah, I think the new guy into the mix this week is Matt Golden getting a start at the bottom of the roster in a Cincy game where that could be a high-scoring game. I could see that going that way. The one thing I have with the Flacco signing is that the Bengals' offensive line is absolutely terrible.
What's that?
It's Casey's mic.
What's my mic?
Yeah, your mic's fuzzing up. Sit up. Oh. Yeah, okay, go ahead. That's why you can't lay down on a podcast.
Oh, is that why?
Yeah, everything else is fine over here. Everything except Casey's mic is down.
So Flacco's behind that porous offensive line, which I don't think is going to give enough time to get chased downfield. So I think that's going to keep a little closer. But despite Lloyd's vengeful thoughts, I'm going to take Lloyd this week. I have no more superlatives left, but I'm going to pick him to win. He's going to get off the schneid.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Lloyd, let me get.
I don't hold it personal against them.
Let me get 25 seconds, Dan. I'm going to go. I'm going to give you my analysis, and I'm going to tell you why I have you booming. Ooh. I'm going to tell you that I absolutely adore the Dak Prescott play, that I absolutely love Joe Flacco coming to hopefully salvage our Bengals offense that we've been struggling against. And to me, the play that I like the most, Thursday night, Wan'Dale Robinson.
He's the key, huh?
Dan, I think you're due. You've been a wonderful guest.
Let's go.
You're my boom this week, dude. So,
Miss Siva,
as Goose would say, Danny, come on, baby. Get in the stands. You're my boom.
Kick their ass, White. Duddy's White. I'm going with Lloyd. I don't know. I mean, I got some tough matchups too, but I got to be due sometime. I mean, Jesus.
At some point, it will get better.
Yeah, I keep saying that every week, but
we can't.
Yeah, I don't know.
We can't not do a pod. We're over an hour and 10 minutes every single podcast. Dan, is it okay? Do you mind that we go so long?
It's because of you.
I mean, I haven't watched in a while, but yeah, I don't care. Sure.
Steve, correct. Steve, get my back. It's because Mike.
What?
Every good fantasy podcast goes over like 50 minutes, so you're right there.
It does.
What are you listening to these days, Lloyd? You care to drop any podcasts, or is that your secret to an 05 season? You want to keep those to yourself?
Exactly. Yeah.
That sounds good to me.
I just love this outgoing music.
Field the 8's on quick speed. DeVito, need a lock.
DeVito.
Wow.
Lock and upset.
New podcast I'm listening to. QAnon 2026.
Really? Is that about crypto?
No.
I need a new podcast. Man, my Red Sox is gone. It's very boring.
I have terrible podcasts.
Yeah, this is.
That's what we got. Lloyd, absolute guest of the year. We're all pulling for you this week. Why don't you get
thanks,
off the side? Case, thanks for joining us. DeVito, A+ as always. Pedro, good luck this week, buddy. Say bye to Ray for me.